Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Biblio Fitness. Hope everyone's had a great day thus far. So today, I just finished. This morning, I finished Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. I finally got through it all. It's not a very big book, but I am reading two books at the same time, so probably took longer than it did take longer than I originally anticipated. But it's been a while since I've read anything philosophical. I'm glad that I got to read it. I inadvertently followed Lex Friedman's list. I'm not following the list. I have other books that I want to read, and I've already read quite a few of them. But be that as it may, I've never read Meditations. I'm glad I got into Stoicism. I'm already feeling effects. I've started journaling. I'm really trying to keep more of a watchful eye on myself, on my own thoughts and my own emotions, trying to get rid of the impulsivity and just trying to improve the dialogue with myself as well, deliver promises to myself. But that's not so. But still, Stoicism really helped me a lot with that impulsivity, with putting things into perspective. As I've said before, I needed something that was going to provide me some sort of like stability, a guiding principle, guiding ideology, an ideal. I don't want to say ideology, a guiding ideal, something to strive for. And I wasn't going to subscribe to Christianity, but I really wanted to get into Stoicism. It's absolutely astounding how a man with that amount of powers was that self-reflective and that self-aware. A lot of people give a shit because it's repetitive, but, that's what he thought about, his place in the universe is how he's supposed to act with other people, how we're all supposed to come together, how, to get away from the feelings of passion and pain and fame and, all this superfluous shit that you can't even take to the grave with you. Why worry about those things? The best that you can do and what you're meant to do is to be good to one another, to be compassionate, to be understanding, and that's what he's really striving. That's what he strove for. And when he died, he literally starved himself to death. Like he didn't want, like when he got really sick, he didn't eat. He's like, fuck it, it's my time to die. It's my time to die. Why am I going to prolong this further? And that's something that he really does reflect on, is death. Like, why are you so scared of death? Why are you scared that it happens? Why do you get mad if it happens to a friend or a family member, whatever the case may be? Death is a part of life. And if it's a part of life, that means it's necessary. And if it's necessary, then, it's stupid and it's unreasonable of you to be mad about that. He really does put a lot of stuff into perspective. I don't really get mad at traffic anymore. I don't get mad at people. Because, something he really does hone in on is the external only impacts you if you allow it to. And one of the last things that I really read about him was in relation to those sort of those knee-jerk reactions when someone inflicts a slight against you, talks shit about you. Sometimes your reaction or your perception of that transgression is greater than the actual effects of the transgression. You know what I'm saying? Like the way you processed it and the way you made it personal, exasperates the problem. It probably doesn't even highlight the importance. And when you take it down and you break it down, you realize how unimportant it is because it's from another person. Especially if that person, is lost and is clearly not doing their thing, why care? Why care about what other people think of you? Why care about what other people are concerned with you? Well, don't use those sort of parameters as your measure of happiness or your measure of whether you are successful or not. He really talks, about being happy within yourself, being happy for you, with you, being in the moment and trying to do everything you can to be an active member of your community, to do what you were meant to do, which is be an active member of this community. And that's what you should look for all the time, not to be dragged down by the past and brought to worry and getting, worrying yourself and stressing and getting angry about the future when you don't even know what's going to happen. And, to really take everything in stride and take everything as it may, and whatever comes your way, it was something that it's something that you can overcome. And then once you extrapolate and once you separate yourself even from that circumstance in itself, these obstacles, they've happened before. And you've gone through obstacles before, and went through them, and this is a part of life. Why get angry when obstacles or people get in your way? It's always been that way. People are always going to be against you. There's always going to be obstacles against you. And there's no need to place yourself in a irrational sense of, a rational frame of mind and get angry or start getting for no reason. Just take it as it may and keep going. There's a lot of just great points from meditations, and I'm going to continue to really apply them to my everyday life. I'm probably going to read it again later on. I have Epictetus. That's the next probably the next philosophical book I'm going to read after I read Think and Grow Rich and Atomic Habits. Then I'm going to go back to Stoicism. Like, I bought those books, I might as well read them and apply them as well. And I'm glad that I got into Stoicism, which is the point, I guess. It really has helped me out a lot. It's really helped me change my perspective. It's helped me realize that, everything I've gone through is nothing new. I'm not the only one that's gone through these things. I'm not the only one that has to go through terrible strife and struggle and pain. And I'm going to continue to go through struggle and pain. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's never going to escape. It is an undeniable part of our life. So to get mad or to become depressed or to lose hope, it's not reasonable. It's going to happen. Take it as it may. Be a man. Be strong. Be trustful of your instincts. Be trustful how you are going to go about these things. Always be modest. Always be true. Always, be the best man that you can be. And that's something that I really do appreciate of Stoicism. It tells you about your path, about your destiny, and how you have a role, and really brings everything into perspective in suffering and pain and trying to find your way, and really, trying to rise above temptations of pleasure and pain and women and all this shit. That not worrying about what other people do, that can really, those are countless distractions that could make you deviate from your path. And I'm glad that I got into Stoicism, and if you haven't, I suggest you do as well. Obviously this is only the beginning. I'm going to read much more on Stoicism from other great writers, other great thinkers, and continue to digest and continue to learn more, because it's a philosophy I definitely want to hone in on. So that'll be all for today. I am reading the Brothers Karamazov again, because I'm going to go on a Fyodor Dostoevsky marathon. So might as well read this one. I got Crime and Punishment coming in tomorrow. So pretty excited. These are great books, and he's a great writer, and I hope to learn from him as well in terms of existentialism, which is another form of philosophy. Because I keep getting tempted to read history, but I don't want to. There's other stuff that I need to read in order to grow. So hope y'all have a great day. Love y'all. Peace.